Welcome to EDS. We appreciate you coming by. So we'll give you a brief tour. Come introduce you to Larry real quick. We just wanted to come by and let him check us out a little bit.
The company began in 1980. EDS, XL Delivery Systems, began under the name Package Express, Inc. in 1980 as a local courier messenger company. Grew a little each year. During the 80s, we added on-demand freight service and have grown consistently for the last 26 years, almost 27 years.
Mike, this is our administrative side over here, our head bookkeeper. She handles all our back-end stuff, along with Dina. And this is our the assistant administrative staff, Aerie Meredith and Stephanie Hutchison.
Hello. This is Dina Matson.
Plus 22 years.
22 years.
Well, it was slow and steady, I would say, in the early days. Too slow for my liking at times, but nevertheless, we grew each year, and over a long period of time, we grew in a way that we could sustain the service levels and retain customers. In the 90s, we began an acquisition program that became very significant, initially in response to email and the proliferation of email. We felt it was important to dramatically broaden our customer base. And we began slowly at first on the acquisitions, but we began to see that each company that we got together with had people and procedures that were upgrades and improvements for us. We integrated a lot of those procedures into the operation, and eventually it sort of developed as a family of companies, you might say. And working well, we improved our efficiency and definitely brought on some quality people in that process.
This is customer service. They're in charge of the order entry and some of the bookkeeping issues that we handle day to day, putting together the invoices and
A lot of multitasking.
a lot of multitasking.
They troubleshoot for us, for the salespeople.
They do. They're our front line with you and the other customers. They handle all the initial customer service issues that might come up, and then they direct that to the sales.
A lot of customers develop good relationships with people over the phone.
And Mike, this is James Walker, our operations manager. He was with Bayou City Express and got together with us a couple of years ago and was willing to tackle our operations. He's had 20 plus years experience in the business. James, how long have you been around?
About that, 20 years.
And he had a lot of the warehousing and distribution experience that we needed. He coordinated that in the with a medical distributor and put that together. And when he came on board, he actually real quick picked up another real big customer that helped expand our warehousing and distribution double almost. And that's an area we're looking to grow. So if you ever have anything that you need brought into town and distributed within like a 200-mile radius, we'd love to talk to you about that. Our management team has gelled real well together, and our experience with James coming on board as our operations manager, he has over 20 years experience. I think I've been in the business over 25 years, and Larry's been in the business for 20-ish years as well, I think, or approximately 20 years. Our accounting staff and our admin staff has well over 20 years experience. So we have a good team to get together with you and customize a program that will fit best for you.
Geographic areas that we cover, our primary focus on Southeast Texas, Houston, the Houston metropolitan area, and Southeast Texas. Also Oklahoma. And potential agent relationships or possible acquisitions in Dallas-Fort Worth area make us a candidate for a regional agent in certain cases. The primary focus in the past has been in the early years and more recently has been in the Houston metropolitan area. From downtown, Texas Medical Center, Greenway Plaza, Galleria, Greenspoint, the airport, Port of Houston, and really all directions. We have a sort of a spoke and wheel type operation and can cover the entire metropolitan area.
And this is kind of the hub that keeps it all running, Mike. This is where we coordinate all the deliveries Well, one of the ways we get it right is we try to remain innovative in our technology. We've developed, through our IT staff, a very strong back end to maintain our operational needs through the order entry, through the dispatching, through the communication with each of our drivers. And that way, you can also go online because of all that and track your orders and feel comfortable that it's getting there on time. And that is our goal, to be on time and to get it right. Ross Lyles is our basically our quarterback back here. He coordinates things from the courier side and the freight side here, because they do a lot of things back and forth together. And he just kind of monitors each dispatch board. They all have their own little group of clients that they monitor and take care of. And Ross kind of sees the bigger picture. He looks at all of it and will help each one coordinate, maybe using another driver for his board to ensure that delivery gets done on time, as well as communicate back and forth between the freight and the courier, because sometimes there's areas they can help each other in that area. Here's kind of what he's looking at. All the white orders are unassigned orders, and all the dispatchers are looking at that, and then each dispatcher's assigned a group of drivers, the 200s, 300, 400s. And while they're focusing on that group for the small company feel, he's back here looking at the whole picture and helping put the pieces together. Mike, this is Jerry, and he helps coordinate the recruiting of our drivers. Primarily completely a fleet of independent contractors, and that's a big job, and he's been tackling that for us, and he's been a big plus, and he's somebody you can look to. If you have somebody in mind that you may want to handle your needs, he can coordinate that with Jerry. Mike, this is John Martin. He handles the freight side. John has a lot of experience as well. As you'll notice, most of our guys in here have 10 plus years. And how many years, John, have you been in a dozen in the industry? As you notice, it's kind of quiet. Not too many years ago, it was real noisy back here. But we have a good team back here that works well together. And with technology, it's lowered the level of activity and the noise level back here quite a bit. They can get a whole lot done with fewer resources and without having to scream and overtalk each other on the radios. All of it's dispatched electronically. Each driver has a handheld unit. It goes straight from the order entry there in customer service where we showed you, and it comes straight to the dispatch screen and immediately. And then from that point, they look at it and see which driver would be the best fit for that delivery and assign it to him. The driver sees it on his pager and acknowledges that he received it, and then we'll acknowledge when he picked it up, and then type in a signature. And that comes back to dispatch here. So it cut back on the communication with the drivers, 90% probably. They just have to talk to them if they need some direction on some specific instructions.
10 years?
Well, appreciate you coming out with her. She'd be glad to take you to lunch, Tony's, or wherever you'd like to go.
Yeah,
Tony's would be great.
No problem.
All on
Go
Larry.
to Grotto's. It's on me.